It was a banner day at Bristol Motor Speedway for Joe Gibbs Racing with Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr. finishing 1-2. It was a race like we haven't seen in decades, and we talked to both of their crew chiefs who said, yes, it was stressful, but it was also a lot of fun. And while the playbook had to be thrown out, they had a secret weapon. Their drivers.
Obviously, he's cut his teeth racing that style of a race for many years early in his career and early in the Cup career. I mean, you think back to the days of big horsepower engines in Martinsville where you'd blow the left rear tire off in 18 laps, and you know, who was the guy you talked about all the time? It was Denny, right? So our racing style in the Cup Series has gotten away from that by and large, but this was definitely a look into our past and a reminder of what a race is. It's not always about all out for 500 laps or 500 miles. There's a lot of strategy involved, how to manage your vehicle, how to manage your setup, how to manage your team, how to manage your strategy. There's a lot that's supposed to go into these races, and that's why this is the world's best doing it.
You know, Bristol's been one of our tough tracks, and it's not really played to his strengths. And, you know, we worked a lot, looked at a lot at what Denny had done in the past in terms of driving style and tried to apply that. But what went on with the tyres really helped Martin because, you know, I came into his wheelhouse and not overslipping the tyres, and he's just so good at managing things and everything like that. So it kind of set up perfectly for us at Bristol for the first time ever.
Every weekend, these teams are so good and the drivers are so good. They go in with a very specific plan of what to expect, how you think practice is going to unfold, what you're going to have to do for qualifying, what that does leading into the race, what the lap times are going to be throughout the entire run, how to set your car up accordingly, and all of this is calibrated within very close details. What was awesome about this weekend is Saturday, by the end of the first practice round, we were like, this doesn't look familiar. By the end of Group B, we are not in Bristol anymore. Qualifying played out drastically different in terms of grip level, how quick it fell off. So right away, by the end of Saturday, all these teams were thinking, wow, what is this? And then sure enough, 80 laps into the race on Sunday, it was clear it was going to be a whole different scenario than we were used to.
Just looking how many tyre sets you got there and calculating how many laps are left and going, oh, gee, I hope we don't get too many cautions. So thankfully, they gave us another set, which kind of eased the burden a little bit. But, you know, a lot of us ended up with that set sitting in the pit stall. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun from the top of the box, although rather stressful. You know, and like right there when we, you know, us and the 11 started running into our tyre problems at the end of that green flag cycle, it was like, gee, surely someone's going to have a problem here. But it didn't come, and yeah, just wild, and only, 5 cars on the lead lap at the end. I've never seen anything like it.
I can't imagine what odds someone would have gotten at Vegas if Vegas was laying a prop bet as to whether or not there will be a green flag strategy in this race. With, you know, 250 into it, right? There's no chance. Then all of a sudden, in true NASCAR fashion, if you think it's not going to happen, watch this, right? So I thought NASCAR did a great job managing the cautions all day. If you look at how a referee would call a game, right? There's certain times in the game where maybe the refs choose to call it tight, and then certain times in the chemistry of the game where they want to back off and let the players play. I thought that's exactly what happened. I thought they managed that really well, and it put all the teams and drivers in a totally different environment than what they had been in even prior in that race, because now they have to manage 120 green flag lap run. Is this caution going to come out? Is it not? If I don't pit, I'm going to be the caution. If I don't pit, my green flag strategy from a total perspective of time, I'm going to lose a lot of time leaving my driver out there too long. So there was just an entirely different wrinkle inside of a race that already was full of wrinkles, and that made it really cool.